Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jordan T. Mystic, and today we're talking about why we need more artists on YouTube. There is not enough illustrators, there is not enough mural artists, there is not enough watercolors, painters, you name it, sculptors. There is just not enough artists on YouTube, especially illustrators and painters. Now, to me, it looks like we only have very few artists on YouTube. It is a very small handful, and this idea that YouTube is oversaturated is simply not true. There have been artists in the time that I have been on YouTube that have blown up far beyond anyone's expectations due to their content, and as we know, content is king. However, in saying that, there is plenty of artists that are simply ignoring the communal gold mine that is YouTube. We have on YouTube, in the art industry, maybe 2 or 3 superstars, those being Gork, Jazza, 1000. I watch plenty of YouTubers who have very small followings, especially artists. And these people are running a business off the back of this. YouTube is simply one of the best income streams you can produce for yourself. Now you might be saying, oh, this guy's only got a few hundred subscribers. What's he talking about? And yes, you'd be right. However, that doesn't mean I don't have experience here. And what seems to be more popular on YouTube for artists is videos talking about art. There is absolutely a necessary place for video essays and videos where we discuss art and the art process. One of the biggest things is art tutorials. However, those can take a lot of time for those of us who are trying to produce our own art. These videos like this, I can just sit down with the camera and go for it. However, I would not be surprised if this video produced more views. Now, video essays about art are incredible. I love watching video essays about art, don't get me wrong. There is a couple of art channels that I love watching, particularly channels talking about famous artists, i.e. Pablo Picasso, your Rembrandts, your very well-known artists. And yet still there, in that industry, this is artists that have been and gone. This is not artists that are living right now. And as good as those art essays are, these video essays get a lot more views and a lot more subscribers than artists who are producing art now. I won't get into this too deeply, but this may be a societal issue. This may be that we would prefer to see others make and others produce, and the geniuses of the past we have a real affinity for. However, there is plenty of artists making art right now who may not have the opportunity to get an interview, to get a documentary made about them, but this is an opportunity for artists that already exist and artists that are admiring current living artists to create content around them. Now, the question that comes up for me is this our fault? Is this the artists on YouTube's fault? Do we need to make more engaging process videos? And probably, yeah. I mean, I've been trying to make my process videos a little bit more engaging, making them very cinematic, learning more editing skills and so on. I've changed up the way I approach my videos, the way I film them, and it doesn't always have to be about time-lapsing your painting or your drawing. You can only do so many time lapses, trust me. If you've been following along, I have been on this platform for the better part of 2, almost 3 years now, producing content and doing my best to get that content to the highest quality it can be. Now, there is obviously learning curves with how to do thumbnails and photography, video editing, cinematography. If you're really interested in all of this, you will find a way. You will either learn it yourself, like I did, or you'll... So as awesome as making art essay videos, it's quite frustrating that examinations of art essays, talking about art products, reviewing products, as necessary as those are, and there's absolutely a place for those on this platform, it seems those seem to take precedence over art process videos. Now that begs the question, is it our fault as the content creators, or is it the infamous algorithm that is constantly pointed to and blamed for these not so desirable results? I've been on this platform for the past 2 years, and it's taken me a while to find my stride. However, I do seem to get a lot of results through things like tutorials, product reviews, and basically just discussing art. Does this mean we need to make more engaging process videos? I think it does, and I think there is absolutely a space for these more engaging process videos. You look at someone like I mentioned before, Gork, who makes these incredibly cinematic YouTube videos that produce some really high level results. Now his subscribership assists him to do so. He is paid quite well. However, there is no reason why you can't do that with a second-hand Canon camera like I have and produce these process videos that are genre specific or engaging. I mean, well, like Kipto does. Kipto does very cowboy-esque cinematic videos, very Western videos. I think one of the best things I ever learned on YouTube was, in order to produce these more engaging videos, when those confrontations happen, you know, the story structure, Act 1, setup, Act 2, confrontation, Act 3, resolution. I mean, that's exactly how I wrote this video, that same structure. When we produce these films, we can't have the camera off when the mistakes happen. That confrontation is necessary. That confrontation is what keeps humans engaged, what keeps people engaged. Tell a story, tell your process video exactly the same way you tell a story. If you don't know the 3-act structure, go and research it. That'll help you. It helps me produce more engaging videos. Hell, I use it for shorts and TikToks. So what's the resolution here? How do we come to a more united platform with more artists? So I believe wholeheartedly the answer to this question is more artists on YouTube, on the platform. But let me get more specific. As I said, we need more engaging process videos. Now I know there's only so many ways you can film a time lapse on a painting or an illustration. There's only so many top-down sketchbook videos you can do. But most of us artists, and I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you're like me, we sit around and watch movies, television, YouTube videos all day while we're working. So why can't we learn from them? Why can't we take some of the shots we love in films and put that into our art process videos? Why can't we? This then begs the question, what do we do about it? Well, first things first, we need more people on YouTube, more artists. There's small niches I've noticed that don't seem to have those gaps filled. I think if we produced more content about current artists, as good as the video essays about dead and gone artists, geniuses, this is incredible content, and this helps get that information and that history out to more people. However, I think there is absolutely a niche for somebody to produce things like podcasts and YouTube videos and content and video essays on up and coming and new artists. I haven't even seen at this point any essays that were made about any modern or new artists other than by video editors. Like, I've seen videos where people have interviewed Gorks, but that's video editors because they're so in awe of how good he is at what he does. There is absolutely a gap, and if I were not producing my own work, I would actually fill this gap myself. So there's an idea for somebody out there who's been thinking about making a YouTube video about their art or about other artists. There is absolutely a gap. Go and do your research. Find YouTubers, all shapes and sizes, all sizes of followings. These up and coming artists, we are producing our own documentaries, but no one's going to produce a documentary about them until someone decides to. What we do need is more artists making YouTube videos, that's clear. Let's have more faces. There's a lot of content out there of sketchbooks and lots of hands, lots of people drawing, and I know that that's what people want to see. However, how can people put a face to the name and the brand of your work? Because on places like YouTube, TikTok, so on, the face is what people want to see. Other people, other life forms discussing things and engaging with them. I know I feel when I do my sketchbook tours there's quite a disconnect because I don't have a second camera to point at myself to discuss with you guys what's in the sketchbook. I think the crux of this entire video is about encouragement over competition. We as artists, we're trailblazers, we're leaders. We need to understand that the platforms that we have are very powerful and very strong. We as artists, most of us know, we're either introverts or we're high thinkers, we're knowledge seekers. And with that knowledge, as artists, we have a choice. To use an old saying, high tides raise all ships. If we created more collaboration videos, which I'd like to do, let me know in the comments if you'd like to collaborate with me. I'd love to. I haven't actually done that yet in my time here on YouTube. If we created more videos where we big upped and we raise other artists and new and up and coming artists, and more content around what others are doing and how incredible that is. I think that's how we make that change. We need more artists on this platform. I want to see more people on this platform. It's that simple. I've had so much success from this platform, and so many others have, that I think there is so much room for growth for artists on YouTube. But I want you to let me know, my community, in the comments what you think about this video. That's all I have to say about this today. Hopefully we can see some change in the future, and hopefully if you were thinking about doing a YouTube channel, weren't thinking about, hopefully this video inspired you to do so. That's what I'm here for. Create more creators, baby. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I've been your host, Jordan T. Mystic. Don't forget, stay weird. I'll see you in the next one. Can't wait to see what you do on YouTube.